If BTC is finite and scarce, what are my incentives to spend it? Question from someone new in the BTC world. While it is true that an unlimited supply of fiat decreases its value, it also encourages spending. However, with BTC, why would I spend it if I know that if I keep my coins, they will be more valuable in the future? Thanks. You'll spend it when your desires outweigh the future value of your holdings. It's the same incentive as spending inflationary currency, but with BTC the balance is weighted in your favor. There was a time when the desire for pizza was all the incentive that was needed. You will die if you don't spend money. Your incentive to spend it is limited lifespan. You need shelter, food, water, and entertainment now. No one says you have to buy frills, like fidget spinners and 18th pair of shoes. Buy what you need or will get enjoyment out of. Same goes for non-Bitcoin money. Second incentive. Scarcity is not a guarantee of indefinite increase in value. Many people would have loved to have bought something with Bitcoin when it was trading for $68,000. For me, everybody should have two sources for their Bitcoin. First, long-term cold storage where they continue to stack. And second, a hot wallet that you fill once every year with $200 or something. The hot wallet you spend on things that you would be buying anyway. Coffee, food, etc. That way you keep your stack intact. But also you have spending Bitcoin that you can use for everyday things, which will contribute to Bitcoin usage. I think the main thing is we need more places that take Bitcoin Lightning. The things you buy. You are spending fiat now, let's say a coffee, by instead spending BTC to buy that same coffee. Immediately converting fiat to BTC, you are driving adoption of a better money. We all gotta eat eventually, dude. Cool. Your incentive is your mortality and the desire to live your life as you see fit. Necessity. You are more incentivized to save it. Just depends on your patience time preference on when you want to spend it. A person has to live. That takes money. A rational person will spend their softer money and hold on to their harder money. Hence, number go up. You can save it or spend it as you please. Like you would have gold 150 years ago. There doesn't need to be an incentive to spend it. It needs to have value. Lol. I had to spend some on capital gains tax after I paid for a house in full with gains from investments. It's like anything valuable. When need outweighs greed, you spend it. The cemetery is full of rich people who never took the time to enjoy their wealth. Because your time on Earth is more finite and scarce than Bitcoin. People around here don't want to hear this. But there are practical reasons that humanity shifted away from the gold standard, and this question is certainly part of it. Imminent death. Valuing something's service more than the number of SATs at a specific point in time. Your life is every bit as finite and scarce. Spend some. Your life is finite too. Life is finite and scarce. Do you intend to do nothing while you're here? The same incentive people had to spend gold. Your wealth is in it and you need or want something else. This is hard for people to really grasp. What kind of a world functions this way? We have all grown up in a world where spending is the metric of economic health. Where spending needs to be stimulated, maintained and all of that. But try to think, why do you need an incentive to spend beyond needing or wanting something? Why should you spend your wealth for any other reason? See Gresham's law. Also known as bad money drives out good. You'll want to hold on to Bitcoin while spending your trashy cash. Opportunities appear with other assets and you want some of it. building up yield-bearing assets, like rental property, to increase passive income. Once Bitcoin reaches cap, it will become worthless. Because you want stuff, you'll be more frugal. But a home to live in is absolutely more important than just owning BTC. Indeed, it is your store of value. And you will trade it for stuff you really need. A parent of mine in 2017, just when BTC jumped to 18K, bought an apartment in capital of Eastern country. I think that kind of move was really smart from both parts. However, with fiat, why would I spend it if I know that if I invest it, it will be more valuable in the future? It's the same question with the same answer. People still want things. In a deflationary currency system, you are rewarded for saving and not wasting your wealth. You will spend on what is necessary and treats you consider worthwhile. So in a modern culture that tells us to waste less, buying less has the best result of producing no waste. Life is also finite. A bitcoins won't necessarily be more valuable in the future. They just won't be less valuable. You spend them because you need something. Like new socks. Can't use BTC to keep your feet comfortable. Would you rather use the US dollar or BTC to make a purchase? A sensible person would use dollars. But sometimes you might not have enough dollars, so then you would use BTC. I don't think there is one. I can see it for really large purchases like a house, but not for day-to-day. Hunger F.E. Also, it's gonna be a long while before you see any deflationary effects on BTC. This strikes at the heart of the idea of hard money as a replacement for the current fractional reserve system. If the money supply is fixed and finite, in the end there is zero incentive to invest in the hope of a higher return. Since hard money is truly a zero-sum game. Do you eat the food in your refrigerator because it's going bad? Or because you're hungry? Precisely. Eventually there will be so much surveillance and risks in spending fiat that you will beg to be able to spend BTC. Then you will. The capped supply versus unlimited supply of fiat is just a bonus. You don't spend it per se. Transaction bandwidth on the Bitcoin blockchain makes it ill-suited as a retail currency. Bitcoin is what you use instead of a bank to manage your assets. It's not, it's a store of value. None, since it is deflationary, it will be more valuable if stored. Ultimately, you won't. You will borrow against it and use that fake money to buy stuff. Unless your currency is a basket case like Argentina, or you live in El Salvador. There isn't an incentive to spend it now. There will be when all the other currencies collapse and you need food. When you get paid in BTC. I don't know. Do you like starving? What was the incentive to spend any currency back when they could be exchanged for commodities? Gold? Fucking idiot. You fool. Bitcoin is for buying, not selling. Its whole purpose is to separate you from your money so that miners can get paid to keep running these nodes. If you're selling your Bitcoin, you're gaming the system, making cash money, and threatening the entire ecosystem. My personal hope is that if BTC were to become significantly worth more than it is today, we could somehow borrow against it, basically use it like collateral to buy more stuffs. It's also worth noting the needs of BTC in other countries. A third world country could have other immediate needs for BTC compared to, say, the USA, where it's being treated more as a store of long-term value. 2 things. You need stuff more than Bitcoin. Then you'll spend it. People you're buying from start refusing dollars or other currencies. You'll spend Bitcoin to buy the stuff you need.